Welcome back, student, in the classes of chemistry of class 7. Now we're going to discuss about the chapter 3 in the form of summary. Now in chapter 3 we have to read about the types of pure substances and impure substances and separations. Now what is pure substance? Now those substances which have definite compositions and definite set of properties are called pure substances. That means their compositions never varies with time or places or conditions. They remain fixed. Whatever be the conditions, whatever be the place, etc. Now, there are two types of pure substances. That means all the pure substances are classified into two categories, that are elements and compounds. Now, what are elements? The elements are the simplest form of pure substances. That means they cannot be further simplified by any means, either physical means or chemical means, and they consist of only one kinds of atoms. Next, there are 120 types of elements reported till now, and out of this most of them are metals. Okay, few are non-metals, very few are metalloids, and 5 or 6 are noble gaseous elements. That means all the elements are classified broadly into 4 categories, such as metals, non-metals, metalloids, and noble gaseous elements. What are metals? The metals are types of elements which have the tendency to produce their positive ions by losing one or more electrons. Non-metals are the type of elements which have the tendency to produce their negative ions by gaining one or more electrons. Metalloids are the types of elements which have the properties or characteristic features which are intermediate among the metals and non-metals. Noble gaseous elements are those elements which are inactive. That means they doesn't take part in chemical reaction because they are already stable. They no need to take part in chemical reactions, and they are in gaseous form. They exist in gaseous form, so they are called noble gaseous elements. Now, another kinds of pure substance that is called compound. Now, compound is a type of pure substance which are formed by two or more than two kinds of pure substances chemically combines in fixed proportion by their mass or volumes. Now there are different kinds of compounds, millions of compounds, so it is not easy for us to handle all the compounds by their name, so there is a further classifications, and that is the topic for you in your higher classes, The next, the impure substances. Now what are impure substances? Now, those substances which do not have definite composition, rather they have variable composition, because their composition varies from one place to another place, conditions to conditions, or time to time, and they do not show their own property, rather they show their properties of their constituent elements. Okay. Now mixtures. Now mixtures are the type of impure substances. Now what are mixtures? The mixtures are type of impure substances which are consist of or made up of two or more than two types of pure substances physically combines in any desirable proportion. That means their composition is not fixed, and they do not have their own properties, rather they show the properties of their constituent elements, just contrary to the pure substances like elements and compounds. Now the most of the substances that we observe or found in our natures exist in the form of mixtures. That is why separation is very important for us, because when we have the requirements of certain substances in our daily life, we have to separate that substance from its mixtures in which it exists. So what is separation? Separation refers to the isolation of substances which occurs together. Normally, most of the substances exist in the form of mixtures with little or more of the other components. And for separations, we have different methods, but we choose the methods on the basis of the nature of the components of the mixtures. Okay. Thank you for this chapter. That is all. Now, we complete all the 3 chapters in all the ways, all the possible ways. Now you have your test books, okay, solved question answer papers, and the video clippings. So it is my advice to you, go through all the topics thoroughly, line by line. Make a note of the important points and try to define them. Not only try to define them, but also find out the similarities and dissimilarities between the related terms. Okay? Follow my instructions. Try to remain in your homes because we are going through the pandemic phase of corona. Try to follow the instruction of our medical fraternity. Thank you.